Hello, pilot friends. In this video, we are going to do mining, but we are going to step up and use a mining rover, the Rock. But above all, I would like to thank you for the reception given to the latest videos. It really pleases and motivates me to continue sharing all of this with you. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to use the comment area. Come on, let's get started. To mine in rock, you also need to be able to transport it. And if we have an Aurora, we need a bigger ship. Assuming that you do not yet have several millions in advance, we will rent everything. Yes, it is possible to rent certain ships. We will see in the following video on mining for renting a mining ship and even the mining rover. For the latter, the rental cost is negligible. We are talking about 2,600 AUEC for 24 hours in the refineries. And for the acquisition, it takes 104,000 AUEC in Lorville. Of course, you can rent a rock or buy it and go mining without a ship to transport it. You have to go to Ariel, for example, and land at HDMS Bezdek or Leifin. Take out your rock and prospect to come and sell directly to one of the stations mentioned above. If you have always dreamed of doing the Paris-Dakar, you should like it. Otherwise, we will go for the rental of a Putless Black, which will cost 53,000 AUEC for rental in cargo centers and refineries, with decreasing rate depending on the duration. The week amounts to 40,000 per day. Otherwise, 2,116,800 for purchase in Lorville on Hurston. You can also rent the C1 Spirit, which has more cargo than the Cutlass, but is a little more expensive and does not allow a friend to slip into a turret in the event of space combat. We will talk about this in a video on freight transport and hauling, but don't worry about the expenses. We will quickly make this profitable, and you will even be able to think about buying a ship soon, if you follow this little guide. We start by going to Hurston L2 station. In the station, the internal station elevators to go to the refinery, where we will be able to equip ourselves with what interests us in this video. Since we're going to mine on Ariel, and it is very hot there, we are going to have to protect ourselves from the heat. The ideal would be a Pembroke armor, but it is only on sale at Lorville or Grimex. You are free to go there beforehand to buy one. And there we will settle for an Ariel as well as a multi-tool. And this time, we are no longer going to use a mining module with the multi-tool, but a tractor beam module, which can be found by searching for TRA. Finally, something to hydrate and nourish yourself with a little cruise, a habit to get into. For rental, the terminal is located here, opposite the terminals of the shop, Vantage Rental. There are other vehicles available for rental, but let's focus on the Rock and the Cutlass. To try a first try, I would tend to say, let's go with a 24-hour rental. We're ready, back to the lobby. To load the Rock into the Cutlass, there are two solutions. The first requires having the medium hangar available, which is not always the case. Yes, the Cutlass requires a medium-sized hangar. This is a nice-sized ship already. So to get the hangar, we take out the Cutlass and go into the hangar. Small reminder is upon arriving in the hangar, it is stuck halfway in the ground. You must quickly exit the hangar, which will bring the ship in, and come back to take it out using the ASOP console in the hangar. Now that we have a hangar, we have to take out the Rock first. If it is stuck with one or two wheels in the ground, the multi-tool and its tractor beam can lift it otherwise, by going along the hangar to pass over the pit to get out of the ground. As for a ship, Alt-Right plus R to start everything. To store it on the side, be careful that it is no longer on the platform. Just put it in the elevator. We're bringing out the Cutlass Black. If you don't know it, the tour will be quick. The interior is not very big, and that would be the subject of another video. With the ramp lowered, you have to go get the rock and load it inside. The second option, to load the rock and go with the cutlass to the area and take it out to the mining stations, HDMS for Hurston Dynamic Mining Station. Stations on which it is possible to take out small ships, like C8, Merlin, etc. The smallest ones and land vehicles. F4 for the external view and better appreciate the limits, not to be exceeded to enter smoothly. It's up to you to park in reverse or not. Be sure to leave some room to pass to the side. As I said earlier, ARIA will be our mining area. Alt-N to request takeoff. Alt-Right plus R to start everything. Spacebar to take off slightly. N to retract the gears, and B held to switch to nav mode for quantum. The habit should start talking now. F2, we search for aerial, and we select the result. We align ourselves, left click, we go. Here we are on aerial. You are free to approach what you like. There we are going to go to Bensteck, because it is daylight there, and for prospecting, it is better. With the V key, you go to scanner mode, followed by the tab key to start a ping. When a signature is detected, it appears in unknown with a deposit value. This value indicates the type of ore and quantity. In this video, we will focus on the values of a multiple of 1550, which corresponds to finemalite, which is what we will focus on to maximize yield. So, 3100, 4650, 6200, 7750, 9300, 1850, 12,400, and maybe 13,950 and beyond, but I have not yet encountered these deposits. There is an element of luck in prospecting. You can come across it directly or spend 10 minutes finding nothing. We ping and we move forward. If you go and see other signatures, you will find different rocks, atacamite, granite, etc., which we will see in a future video for mining on a ship. Ah, an interesting signature. It was quick. We are lucky. As you approach, the name of the rock appears. It is indeed finemalite. This is what we are looking for. We land. We deploy the ramp. And we take out the rover. No need to stick too much to the rock and touch it. M key to switch to mining mode. Once the auto scan is over, on the right, the information of the stone, its mass, its content, there can be several minerals in a rock, and its difficulty. On the left, the filling rate of the rock's hold and its contents. Just like the multi-tool but with a different interface, you have to increase the laser charge by activating it with the left click so as to bring it into the green zone without hitting the red zone, and maintain it there by adjusting the laser power with the Alt key plus the mouse wheel until the rock bursts. We switch to harvesting mode with the Alt key plus right mouse click and left click to activate harvesting. And while that's going on, I'm going to share an essential site for rock breakers, which is regolith.rocks. Site that contains so much information that it could also be the subject of a video on its own, so I'm only going to cover what concerns us today. In the Calculator tab, then the Market Price Calculator section, we can obtain an estimate of the value of the contents of our hold based on different points of sale, so it's easy to decide where to sell. In the Data tab and the Rock FPS Mining Ore section, you will find the different types of ores present according to their location, with a percentage chance of finding them, listed by Regolith members. Please note that by going to Pyro 4 or Ignis in the Pyro system, you will find Fainmalite more quickly, and I will tend to recommend it once you have been convinced of rock mining. Just be careful not to pass the gate towards Stanton with the hold too full. You never know, because Fainmalite is only sold in the Stanton system. We will see in future videos the usefulness of the other tabs, but that does not stop you from taking a look. Wait until you have broken a few rocks before picking up to save a little time, and take several rocks at once.
Warning, power critical. Extraction mode on. Fraction mode on. Extraction mode on.
Well, there you go. We're not bad. There are 2 or 3 left that are stuck or inaccessible. Nothing bad. So, given that we found the first spot quickly, we are going to look for a second one. But it is entirely possible to go and sell now, just to secure this first batch. But this time to find one, it took 20 minutes, which is quite long. Signature 12400, which indicates that it is a little bigger than the previous one. Perfect. Come on, let's not hang around. I'll send the laser before the end of the scan. It saves a little time. You can see at the bottom left that I'm starting to feel a little hot. If this happens, a few seconds in the ship will bring the temperatures back to normal. Half full hold, that's not bad. It's going to be time to turn that into an AUEC. We will go to Everest Harbor to keep it simple, but otherwise on the HMDS Bedsdeck mining station, the price would be better. It's up to you to organize yourself as you wish. Once you are settled, you have to open a door and sit in the rock to unlock the ports with the right Alt-K keys, or by going through the action wheel by doing Alt-F and choosing Unlock Ports All. Now at the rear, on the left, the Deploy button will allow you to take out the bag, which you will take with the multi-tool and which you will place in the freight elevator. I would pass on the fact of being able to have several bags during expeditions, because I find it too risky to carry around with too much valuables in the hold. You never know what could happen, so one bag is more than enough. Once the bag is correctly put on, that is to say by releasing it on a hologram which will grid it, you access the console to empty the bag. 2 clicks on the bag opens it and reveals its contents, which we select. Then we click on Move to Warehouse. There is quite a bit. It freezes when there are so many, so we close it. We check the bag. Yes, it is empty. We take it down to have access to the contents of the shed. And the ore is there. We leave the hangar, the lobby, the interior elevators, gallery. At the top of the stairs, the station's admin sales terminals. Result of the run. 648 units of Fainmaline at 357 per piece, which will be sold in 2 installments. 174,500, then 56,760 for a total of 231,260 AUEC. Cost of rental deducted, that gives us 175,660. And the Cutlass is still rented for 23 more hours. This suggests good cash flow and allows you to start thinking about purchasing a future vessel. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to use the comment area. You can also join the Discord, whose link with the one to Regolith are in the description. If you liked this video or if it was useful to you, please give it a thumbs up and don't hesitate to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I wish you good mining. I'll see you soon. It was Lud-X. Bye.